I know people who haven't changed their prices in 10 years, 15 years, and they wonder why their revenue, when they look at their actual revenue and the money they're bringing in is declining year after year. So scarcity makes you afraid to raise prices, but abundance reminds you that your quality has value and people respect what they pay for.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 48. We're going to talk today about scarcity. It's stealing your future. Break small from small thinking. So welcome back to the Big D Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Sikowski, and if you've been rocking with me, you already know what the focus of the show is. Our focus is wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. Wealth is all about building financial power and creating sustainable success. Freedom is about taking back control of your time, your choices, and your future. And relentless execution is about making bold moves, overcoming obstacles, and executing without excuses. Now, before I get rolling, just do me a favor, guys. Hit subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you're tuning in. Like, share, and review. This is how the message here gets spread. We appreciate all of you, but about 75% of you who watch our content here don't subscribe and are not subscribed, and it really helps boost our algorithm. Quick announcement, November 6th, mark your calendars, the 7-Figure Blueprint Syndicate. This is going to be a live event in New Jersey. Myself, Abdel, Sam, and Bedros Koulian will be in the room. Bedros is flying in from California. This is not a fluff seminar. It's a blueprint for service-based business owners, especially construction trades and real estate, who are tired of being stuck and being the hardest working person in their business. You're going to walk away with strategies on how to build wealth without burnout, take back control of your time and your team, and execute like a CEO, not an exhausted employee anymore. Tickets are going to sell out. They're going fast. Grab your seat now, and don't be a guy who's watching clips months later here on Instagram or on YouTube or wherever you're seeing them. Make sure you grab your ticket. DM me now so I can send you the link. Now, today we're going to talk about scarcity. Scarcity isn't just about money. Scarcity is a mindset, and it's stealing your future. I see it every day with contractors, business owners, even leaders in big companies. What I see is that they won't hire help because they think they can't afford it. They won't raise prices because they're scared of losing customers. And they won't invest in systems, softwares, or anything like that because they're focused on the short-term cost. And this is what makes these people stay stuck. The brutal truth is that scarcity does not protect you. Scarcity actually traps you. And scarcity is fear. It's disguised as being smart or playing it safe, as we would call it. And if you don't break free from it, you're never going to be able to scale your business to multi-million dollars. Maybe you're going to make $500,000. Maybe you're going to hit the $1 million mark, but you're never going to be able to scale beyond that because you're never going to be able to create the freedom so that you can actually build your business, not spend all your time in it. And you're never going to be able to build something that's really going to last long term. So the cost of scarcity is a few different things. When I break down scarcity, the first thing I see is burnout. You chase every fire, you run every job, you answer every call, you refuse to spend money on help, so you drown yourself. That's the first thing I see. The second thing I see is that you cap your income, meaning you can't grow any larger than your own two hands. You can't take on more projects. You can't raise, your revenue because you can't work any more hours than you're already working. You're already tapped out. That's the second thing I see. The third thing I see is missed opportunities over and over and over again. Big contracts go to the guys who are professional. the guys who have systems, the guys who have teams, the guys who show up, the guys who could perform and outperform their competition, and the people who just won't raise the bar. You keep losing because you're stuck doing all of this yourself. And the fourth thing is that broken trust. And this goes a long way. It goes beyond your business. Your family sees it. Your spouse sees the stress. Your kids see the stress. Your kids, don't see you because you're too busy and you're trying to save money doing things at work where you could be hiring people so you could be spending time with your family. But you're putting yourself in a position to lose all the important things in your life because you're not focusing on the reason why you originally built a business. You're focusing on doing everything in the business, which is keeping you from your life and all the things that you started the business for. So understand that scarcity has a hidden cost. It makes you smaller, and it makes people who count on you lose faith in you and lose faith in your word. I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. Let me tell you something personal. When I was building my construction company, I used to think that I'll save money by doing it myself. How many of you have said that before? If I want it done right, I'll just do it myself. Or I can do this, so why would I spend the money if I could just do it myself? Well, that's exactly what I did. I did the sales, I did the estimating, I did the scheduling. I even ran deliveries when materials were late. I personally thought that I was being smart. In reality, I was choking my business and I was strangling myself as well. The turning point for me was when I realized that I had no time left in a day. I could only get to as many places as I can get to, and I wasn't getting everywhere I was supposed to be. My turning point was when I hired a project manager. I invested in a project manager. I invested in my business. I put someone in a position to take control of some of the things that I was burning out on. Was that scary for me? Hell yeah, it was scary. I thought, what if this person messes up? What if I can't afford them? What if this is the wrong decision? But within 90 days, I wasn't on job sites every day. Projects started to run smoother. Clients were a lot happier. I wasn't having to take on all these phone calls anymore. And now I had time to focus on growth, sales, and my revenue shot up. Literally quadrupled in the next 6 months. Plus, I was working about 50% less of the time than I was working before. That's the power of breaking through scarcity. The same thing happened with systems. So I had a project manager, and I refused for so many years to buy software to manage jobs. Like, we kept everything in notebooks, kept everything in folders, text threads. Everything was like total chaos. When I finally invested in a CRM, it literally changed everything for my business. Bids, invoices, follow-ups, all the streamlined stuff that we need in our business, all that stuff was able to just move a lot faster and become a lot more organized. And that decision literally paid for itself in 60 days. Scarcity almost kept me broke, but abundance built me wealth. So what I realized was the abundance framework was super important. And the framework of getting myself out of this position where I was stuck, this scarcity spot. So I'm going to help you with right now understanding that framework to break that scarcity and start building abundance. Invest before you feel ready. There's never going to be a right time. But if you feel burnt out, if you feel some of the ways that I talked about, the time is now. If you wait until you're ready, you're never going to do it. Hire help now. Buy the system now. Get the coaching now. Leaps come first and growth comes after. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to start charging what you're worth. I know people who haven't changed their prices in 10 years, 15 years, and they wonder why their revenue, when they look at their actual revenue and the money they're bringing in is declining year after year. You got to remember, life is getting more expensive. Things are getting more expensive. And if you're not raising your prices the same way that everything is raising around you, you're going to put yourself out of business very, very fast. So scarcity makes you afraid to raise prices, but abundance reminds you that your quality has value and people respect what they pay for. I'll give you an example. A gym owner I worked with stayed broke. I mean, charging $40 a month for a membership. He was scared to raise his prices because he didn't want to lose members. It literally took 180 days for me to get him to raise his prices. He finally raised his prices to $65. Did he lose a few people? Yes. But his revenue skyrocketed, and now he had better clients, and all the loyal clients stayed. They weren't looking at the price tag. They were looking at the value that was being offered, and that's why they chose to stay. Another thing that you need to do is you need to start leveraging people and systems so that this stuff can help you operate day in and day out. You cannot scale on your own. It's impossible. Build leaders, not just laborers. Create processes, not chaos. I had an electrical contractor I was working with. He was in Florida. He refused to hire an estimator. I literally talked about him a few other times, I believe. He was doing bids till 2 a.m. Once he hired and invested in software, his close rate literally doubled in a year because there were other people working, getting more done, and he wasn't burning himself out anymore. Another thing you need to do is you need to pay long-term, not week-to-week. Play like you're going to be in this game forever. Not like you're just trying to float the bills or get the bills paid for or bring enough money in this week to cover whatever it is you have to cover. Your monthly bills, your payroll, whatever it is. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do at Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. Scarcity focuses on Friday's payroll. Abundance is focused on building something that can last 10 years. So which one are you playing and which one is going to have longevity for you and what you're actually trying to build? I know exactly having that feeling of just trying to make payroll every week, every month. It sucks and it scares the shit out of you. But when you start implementing the right stuff in your business, the right things start to grow on purpose. Things start to grow around you. Things start to grow in front of you. Things that you've never ever seen before because you've allowed yourself to take a step back and put people and processes in place to help you grow your business. So just some validation, I guess, from some of the people that I've worked with, maybe to help you a little bit. And I'm going to tell you that this isn't theory. This has happened over and over and over again with my coaching clients. A painting company contractor in Chicago, he created a customer service program and he literally landed a $1.4 million contract, and he's never had a contract over $200,000. But because he created this system, it allowed him to generate bigger things and do more things than he could possibly do or that he's ever been skilled enough to do. And this allowed him to generate one job larger than any money he's ever grossed in one entire year. It's powerful. A real estate developer that I know personally that I worked with, he hired a project coordinator. What he started to do was hit deadlines, and he stopped losing investors because people were getting their money back. There were no more delays on these jobs. Things were getting done early because the management system was now working without one guy trying to run the entire operation. A plumbing contractor that I worked with in Texas, he finally trained supervisors. I mean, this is one of the best stories ever, working with this guy and watching what he's done. He grew from $900,000 a year in revenue to $2.5 million in just 18 months. So he literally grew his business by putting people in place. Not only that, he literally worked 40% of the time less than he was working prior, and he was able to do more stuff with his family. So I'm telling you right now that scarcity, it's going to keep you small, but abundance is going to help you build empires. Here's the bottom line. Scarcity is going to steal everything from you if you allow it. It's going to steal your money. It's going to steal your time. It's going to steal your family. It's going to steal your legacy. Abundance isn't about being reckless. It's about betting on yourself, your people, and your systems to allow everything to work together. Scarcity is a safe place, but abundance is scary. But I'm going to tell you right now, scarcity will take you to a scary place if you continue to let it lead. Only one of these will build freedom, and I'm telling you, the abundance mindset and abundance mentality is what's going to get you there. So what I challenge you to do is, this week, I want you to write down one area where you've been stuck in scarcity. Maybe it's hiring. Maybe it's a task that you continue to do. Daily operation that you continue to do. Whatever it is. Pricing, whatever it is. Investing in tools or systems. There's so many different things that we're scared to do that maybe we hear someone else is doing or implementing in their business is working for them, but we're scared to change. Listen, for things to change, things need to change. But oftentimes we're such creatures of habit, we don't want things to change, but we want to complain about why things aren't going in a direction that we want them to go, right? So write this down and take one step close towards abundance and get that position, get that task, whatever it is, get it filled by somebody else, something else. I'm telling you right now, once you start seeing a difference, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. It's going to take time. Like I told you, like 30, 60, 90 days, start implementing this. And then just track yourself for the next 90 days and watch the changes that start to happen and the things that start to happen because you allowed yourself to now have an abundance mindset. So guys, listen, if you're stuck in business, whatever it is, if you're stuck in a place where you just don't know where to go, I have like an accelerator program. It's my 7-day blueprint challenge. It's on my website, dansikowski.com/blueprint. Check it out. Video series, 1 video a day, a few minutes long each. Just really will help you get kicked back into gear. Also, you can apply for one-on-one coaching at dansikowski.com. Send me an email. We can set up a call, see if we're the right fit. I've coached hundreds of people, and I've been able to execute relentlessly and show growth and help these people grow. Contractors, if you want to stop being a glorified employee, you want to now turn into the CEO of your business, what you're supposed to be, what you always meant to be. Check out bigdcoaching.com and fill out the information on there. There's a little questionnaire on there, and I'll see if we're a right fit, if I can help you grow. Also, check out intrepidusmovement.com. That's another podcast that I do with my co-host and partner, Anthony. We bring on business owners. We talk about fear. We talk about execution. We talk about all the things from the start to the middle to the end to the next goals. And one person's story can literally change your life forever. Check out previous episodes here at the Big D Podcast. Check out ones that have taken off, that have helped people. Check out the comments. There's so much information that's being shared that can really help you get to the next level. I also want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Life Out There Apparel. Mark with Life Out There Apparel. Not only is he a sponsor, but he's a good friend of mine. Mark comes out with a new launch every single month. This launch has a story. Last episode, I just explained, I had one of his new launches on. I explained the story. In a few weeks, I'll have the next one on. I'll explain the story. There's a story behind everything. He's got a purpose-driven business. This is why I chose to partner up with him here on the Big D Podcast. He sends us apparel. We wear it. We shoot it out to you guys, show you what it's all about, tell you what it's all about. You check out lifeoutthereapparel.com. You use code BIGD10. He'll give you a little discount, and you can also be part of his mission. Proud Father Apparel is another product. For proud dads who are working hard, I know what it's like to be a single dad, pushing, doing what you got to do. 3 kids, out there working relentlessly, executing day in and day out. I get it. Proud Father is all about the hardworking dad who shows up for his kid, does what he has to do, goes out there and makes the bread and, supports his family. I'm super humbled to be part of their mission and, what they're doing across the board. Check out proudfatherapparel.com and use code BIGD15 to get yourself a discount as well. Get Wabam. I love these guys. Their products, this is has nothing to do with my industry, but what I can tell you is I partnered up with them because I believe their mission and what they're doing, and I'm a car enthusiast, a motorcycle enthusiast, a water sport enthusiast, so I always like to keep my stuff clean. These guys have top shelf product, the best product on the market. I was just out on a trip with my motorcycle, got bugs all over the front of my motorcycle, used their products, wipe, everything was good, perfect. Finished it up with the ceramic detailer. It was fine. They have so many different products that are online, and every single one of them, I can't even say I had a couple favorite products, but when I started using every product, I literally just said these are all my favorite products. They have the air freshener. I love the air freshener. My cars always smell good. They got the interior cleaner. I mean, my seats always look brand new. The shine, it's a protective coating. We got Slick, this is one of my favorites, the ceramic coat detailer. We got also the detailer, the next gen detailer. That's what I used first, and then I put the ceramic detailer on after. And my bike was looking brand new when I was done. And I also have here the heavy duty surface wipes. These things are incredible as well. So guys, check out getwabam.com and use code BIGD10 for a discount. And last here, I want to talk about Ability Tree. You saw the commercial here in this video. Ability Tree is who I decided to partner up with. These guys have a mission with a cause. They take families who are stressed, with disabled children, and they give them hope again. They put things in place for these families, resources in place for these families, and whatever we can do to support them is huge. By the time I pass, I want to be their largest supporter. Whatever I can do to help spread the word for Ability Tree. 1 in 4 families is impacted with some sort of disability with their children, but they're dealing with it alone. And Pastor Joe has been able to build something so great, such a big community, and really help impact other families just like his family was impacted. So he understands the mission and the purpose because he's been going through it for the last 20 plus years. So check out abilitytree.org, shop at Ability Tree, donate. We put something out here just this month. $40 can just help one family. Just $40 donation. We're not asking for $40 a day, $40 a week, $40. That's like a cup of coffee a day for 1 month, one time, $40, help a family. Check them out at abilitytree.org and really support their mission. Look at their videos, look at what they're doing. These guys are doing something huge and they're leading with God. And don't forget about November 6th, the 7-Figure Blueprint Syndicate, myself, Sam, Abdel, and Bedros Koulian coming in. 1 room, 1 night, 1 mission. Pastor Joe will also be there as well with Ability Tree because we're going to be taking a portion of our proceeds from the event for the tickets, whatever we don't need to cover the room charges and everything. And we're going to be donating this to Ability Tree. Finally, guys, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, like, share, whatever you got to do. It really helps boost our algorithm and it gets this movement growing together. This is the Big D Podcast, guys. Again, we focus on wealth, freedom, relentless execution, and I'm going to see you at the top.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. We're relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up.